YouTube's top creators don't just get lucky keeping viewers on their videos for longer. Your favorite YouTuber is probably using certain strategies to keep you watching their videos all the way to the very end. So if you've ever wondered why certain creators are able to keep you totally invested to the very end of the video while other creators seem to have their viewers falling off after just a few seconds, it's probably because they've got their viewer retention method locked down. And that's what we're going to dive into today so that you can start getting your viewers to watch your videos from start to finish. Forget the myth that 50% retention is good. I'm talking about hitting 70 to 80% retention rates. So let's take a look at how they do it. Let's start with crafting a compelling introduction. Now, the first 30 seconds of your video is crucial, and successful creators use what is called a visual blitz to immediately grab your attention from the first second you start watching their videos. So when it comes to including a visual blitz in your content, a great starting off point would be to think about the first 30 seconds and aim for at least 15 different shots within those first 30 seconds. This could be a combination of zoom in and outs, it could be quick cuts, it could be graphics, illustrations, B-rolls, all of these different elements to better illustrate the point or the topic of your video. The second thing that you can do to increase your viewer retention rate is to start your video off with a powerful insight. And this could be a surprising fact or a compelling insight or even something controversial that may trigger your audience. This creates immediate intrigue and starts setting up the stage for what's to follow in your video. So you can tease a key takeaway or a surprising fact at the very beginning of your video without revealing everything, because this will build intrigue and anticipation and encourages your viewers to actually stay watching until the end. Now, two things that you can do with your compelling insight is that you can combine it with your powerful introduction, and secondly, this one is probably more important than the first. It's that if you are teasing something at the very beginning and building up anticipation for the end, you want to make sure that you actually deliver on that payoff that your audience or your viewer has been waiting for. Some types of content, especially educational content, can be very dense. So you as the creator want to make sure that you are keeping your viewers engaged as much as possible. And you can do this by changing up the audio or visual elements of your video every 15 to 20 seconds. The aim with pattern interrupts is to prevent your video from being monotonous. So switch up the camera angles, add in various sound effects, introduce new visuals, things like B-rolls or graphics. Then you want to reinforce your content, and depending on the type of channel you have or the content that you create, you can do this through learning recaps or by introducing subplots into your videos. Now, if you have an entertainment channel, something like a vlog, what you can think about doing is introducing subplots into your videos. And these are kind of like little branches or smaller side stories that will help strengthen the main topic or the main story that your video is actually about. If you have an educational channel, use strategic recaps to reinforce certain key points. This is going to cement the information that you are passing on to your viewers, and in turn, that is also going to keep them engaged. So to put that into one short sentence, what you want to do is periodically summarize all of your key points throughout each video. Essentially, what you're trying to do is grab your viewers' attention and then hold on to it for as long as possible. And you're doing this through something called VIP. Now, it's not the VIP that you're thinking of. This is viewer investment principle. And the principle is that people are less likely to abandon something that they have already invested time in. So basically what this means is that viewers will start dropping off from your videos once they feel that they're no longer getting the value that they were promised. So make your video's value clear from the start. Emphasize the benefits that your viewer is going to get if they watch all the way through to the very end. And then, of course, it's your responsibility to deliver on that value. You want to deliver high value content, whether it is educational or entertainment. There is a never-ending debate over quantity versus quality. And while it is good to focus on both of them, you want to also make sure that if you are focusing on the quantity aspect of it and putting out as much content as possible, it's not at the expense of the quality of your content, because that is what is really going to keep your audience coming back. How valuable is the content that you're putting out versus how much content you're putting out just for the sake of it. Then you also want to use your analytics to analyze and adapt your content. So have a look at the various analytics, specifically the viewer retention rates of each video. Take a look at where viewers are falling off versus where they are more engaged, and use this data so that you can improve the content moving forward. Remember that data-driven decisions is where all of your success on YouTube lies. And instead of looking at the analytics for each individual video and treating them separately, have a look at them across the board over the last few videos that you've possibly uploaded and see if there's a specific pattern or a trend that you can pick up on, because this is actually going to be more helpful than just trying to guess or pick and choose between what's working and what's not if you look at one video at a time. Finally, you want to encourage continued viewing, or in other words, keep your viewers coming back for more. And you can do this by introducing teasers into your videos, telling your viewers what is coming up next in future videos or future content. Alternatively, separating your videos up into a series. So an example of this why and how method is that your first video could be why certain thumbnail designs get more clicks than others, and the second video or the follow-up video could be how to actually create these thumbnails using these specific designs that you spoke about in the previous video. And I'm curious, which of these methods or tactics do you think would be most useful for you depending on the type of content you create? Let me know in the comments. It's also important to have realistic expectations when it comes to YouTube, because while all of these different tips and methods are actually valuable, don't expect an overnight success. These things do take time. Growing on YouTube takes time. The real question is, how committed are you? Keep creating, keep growing, and I'll catch you in the next video.